Starting off actually nowhere is a decision of my own. Being in the middle of nothing is actually the center of everything. Ham radio, this is the pig. Pyramids that stand up, you see those two pyramids there? Pyramids and pigs. The T and the I world. This will turn between this side and this side. This turns here, that is the first I. This is the exit. This bringing to the heart, which to me, this is down by the bottom of the pelvis, right over here. Between the two ears, the face where the nose is. You see the pig's nose and the pig's ass, just like most animals, they're a direct feed. It goes from the mouth this way right to the tail at the other end, and out it goes. Not like a human, you put it in this way, it goes down and then goes out that way. It's like the way man thinks. Ham radio, pigs, 977. Communication, because there's a radio station here in Montreal, 97.7 Chaume FM, that has the same number as PIG. P7, no, let's start at the beginning. I9, okay, P7, G7, 97.7. Creation heaven of man, Chaume FM is the way it is. Female, anyways, 6 and 4. Is the two worlds. 6 of the worlds, okay, FM, M is 13, 1 and 3 is the AC power of 4, the 4 corners of 6, 64 of the 7th gate, the 8th heaven, sitting this way. Okay, now the reason I came on here, here's the roof and here's the floor, both with 2 O's. How come? Light refraction, why didn't they put it straight across? Light refraction, the water shows, this line shows me above the line and below the line. This shows a hard line. This shows there's movement. This can be the ocean. Above and below the line. A and B. Above, of, and below, low. Venus of the heartbeat. Have you ever seen this? Where would you find this line? The only place I ever find that line is on a chicken. It's sometimes blue. Turkeys show me it's a little bit red. Chickens have the nicest breasts I've ever seen. They give you the white meat for the heartbeat, my friends, pumping in and out to every other organ. But that direct area, my friend, stays fresh and pure. And that's why I believe we've got chickens with good breasts pumping out the meat to the back end, because it all starts from the front of the chest. I mean, just like a chicken. So I'm definitely going for the chicken being our heart. Somehow they made that organism live. What happens when you grow a heart? If you throw it in the sand, then what happens? It turns into a chicken. So we mentioned about this one. I'm going back and I'm going to go into things I haven't talked about really much. Astrology, different colors for numbers. Colors in different languages as red. You know, everybody knows red, right? B is the letter, but it's red. So it's B red, bread. How about round or round? Put B in front of round, you got browned. I browned the meat. How come when you darken the meat, you brown the meat? Have you ever seen later or earlier? Because in French, plus tôt, okay, I think it means earlier or later, but it doesn't matter. Because it's the orange dog Pluto. Orange sun, 13 and 5. 13 and 5 are 14 and 5. The letter N is the 14th letter in the E family. The E is before it. And in Roman numerals, when the E sound is before it, you have to minus from the 14, making N an I. Making a 5 a 9. 9559. Exactly the way EIEIO runs. And your 195 AE and I energy. 19 plus 5. N for the word enlighten in the last video. When you are 150 degrees, you're only 30 degrees over from 180 degrees. You're on the top side, you are now 30 degrees from the bottom side. Now, if this is the bottom side and you're 30 degrees, you're looking up. But is there a bottom side to anything other than being under from where you were? If you really take a look at this, there's a point here and a point here. There's 4 points around here, and it spins this way. But it's actually on this angle, so it's spinning this way. Okay? Here's your 4 hammers. Here's your I world, or actually it should be like this with the Aleph. Has this direct line, and then this piece and this piece close off or connect the 2 worlds, the way I understand it, being the 3 and the 7, being this would be 1 and 9. 5 is in the center. Take this, move it over here, so we can cross and walk around our world. We don't go to the points. We never get to the point. We always come around the side, around the bend. The same reason they usually don't actually chop the top points off of certain things other than covering them up, right? Otherwise, all our furniture would have points. Do you know if you take one corner and cut it on an angle, you create 4 corners from one corner, one creates 4? Is that right? No, one creates 3. I'm sorry. One creates 3 on a flat because you only can do 3 sides. Isn't that weird? You got 3 corners, but now you have a flat. You didn't have a flat before. You had a corner, a point. You took away the point, you end up with a flat with 4 minor corners less of the angle. Let me go back in my page. So we're talking about coming through the center of the same element, through the center. 1, 12, 34 would actually be 1 and 4 are first on each side, just like first and last, and everything else is in between, 2 and 3 from each side. The watering spout. They just repainted all the watering, you know, the fire hydrants? They just redid our whole city fire hydrants painting. Last year, they put up the sign. They show, wow, if you're in school or you're in your house and there's a fire, get out. Except when you look at the picture, I'd really like to draw this for you. I'm going to draw this for you, okay? This is what the picture looks like. We have this over here, and over here, this is what we have. Okay? This is what we have. Forget about this. This looks like the moon. This is the light. It shines, but the light of the moon shining seems to design a wolf. So they did the fire hydrants this year. They put up the signs last year that we're going to have a fire drill. And everybody has been telling me, look, I'm burning already. And everybody has been telling me, Ronnie, what are you talking about? They have fire drills for the kids since the beginning of time. Yes. But this year, across the street from me, they put new asphalt and redid the parking lot so they can put the buses straight. Across the street from me, those buses never came in straight because it didn't have to be aligned. It was a handicap school. They didn't align it for the handicap school, but now it's all aligned because they showed last year the fire drill, this year a little bit more. This year they take the kids out to camp for a day. This year's fire drill at the beginning of the year by September 23rd, and it has to happen by September 23rd, otherwise we fall into Hebrew year 5775. That's the catch. 5775 apparently starts around that time, so it has to happen before, and the last date is the 23rd, which makes it again EIEIO in the last year of 5774, which is the year of time, the year that Christ brought in the new era of 2,000 plus years, revolting with, but not against, but revolting with 1967 Terre des Hommes, Terre Eretz Israel, with the buildings in Montreal. In 1967, the buildings, if you put them together, they all look like the Star of David. 33 years from 1967, it was in the summer of 67, which only would have made 32 and a half years over to the year 2000 when they said it was going to be something else. You know, that new thing, whatever was going to happen in the year 2000. 14 years later, it's 2014, makes 47 years. Jesus Christ, 33, okay, or 32 and a half, 325, creation of the entry portal of man, 5253, electric company. And they bring it in, and he's 47 now, which again, 4774, the time of Christ one more time. So what am I going to say is that, so the 23rd is the fire drill, or before that, and they're going to bring them to camp for a day. And I'm assuming it happens just at the right time in the afternoon to where they get to go, and the parents are said, don't pick up your child at the school, come to this facility that we're at right now. It's closer to you, and come pick up your children here. And they will, and they'll see how nice in the park and whatever it is. But the whole thing is, the way I see it, it's preparation for radio, communication. They turn on the AM dial, but it's all about the camp, AM and camp FM, FM and AM, the camp of the radio show. That's what they got to call it, FEMA, AM, FM, right? SEMA, FEMA, I don't know SEMA. Anyways, we wanted to do one last thing, and that was letter replacements for certain words. And one of the words I was going to choose was I left. Honey, I'm leaving. Oh, I already left. I left. And when you say the word I left, honey, did you leave? Yes, I already left. I already left. Why can't you just say I left? You can say I left. Do you read? Yes, I read. I left. I read. Idaho. Fred, red. B, round. Ink, pink. Thing, ink. Time heaven, light of time heaven. Jesus was born in a barn. Why did they call him Barney? Inside creation is red it. Oh man, walk red. This and other words. Edit. Car, C-A-R, edit. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. I guess you got the drift. Wait a second, I have some pictures just in case I end up losing them. I'm going to hold this one up. I did it a few years ago, but this is unrefined. I have to listen who's in my cheek or in speaking into my ear. Okay? If you look long enough, the picture, you can sort of travel into the picture if I can just get a few more hairs. On to the sister of the brother of another. This was the mood I was in, so they all seem to be the same thing. They're radishes, they're hearts. Here's something else. See your inside of that one? And there's this looking bird on the top. The other thing I wanted to show that I wasn't finished yet, 88 and 31, 119. These are certain exits. Oh yes, and there was a number I did yesterday. Okay, I was working on a certain number yesterday. I think it had to do with 4 different, like walk, car, walk, bus, and I did their number counts, and it kept coming out to ABC, ABC, ABC at one point. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Have yourself a fine, whatever time the fine is. It's your decision, your choice. I can only say the story, tell the story onto this network. You choose to watch, you make a choice, you choose. It's always your choice. You want me to answer you? What is the question? So you ask me the question. Now, I can answer you, and if I do answer you, only you will choose what you accept as the answer, and then you might ask, how come? What if? I'm not looking for the what if. You tell me what you're looking for in the question you ask, and I'll answer that question, because there is no what if in that question. It's what is, because it was you who asked the question, and it is I who gave the answer. Thank you for watching. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. This year's fire drill, they get on the bus, nothing to discuss. Go pick them up after school somewhere else, but it's going to be different than anywhere else. There's these new signs they have put up there. It looks like a light in a school burning, except the fire drill seems to be at night and not during the day. It looks like the moon and the wolf that have come together in communication. And communication, when you're surrounded by it, my friends, out go the lights. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Hello to the world. Today is August 11th, but it could be any day. But for you, it's the day it is. Thank you.